So I received the message, someone asking me, how do I determine which pairs that I'm going to be trading for the upcoming trading week? Like, what am I looking for for a potential trade setup, right? So the first thing I had to remind this person is that I'm a swing trader, right? So I'm not necessarily looking for trades, or I'm not expecting a trade every single day that I look at the market. When I look at the market over the weekend, like a Saturday or Sunday, I'm looking for something that may happen during the course of the week, or a trade setup that I can get into. I just wait for price to get to a certain level, and then it's an if-then process. So once price gets to a certain level, if price responds or reacts in a certain way, then I look to take a trade. Okay, so here's what I mean by that. So let's say, for instance, we're looking at this British pound USD, right? So the first thing I want to do my top down analysis. So I'm going to go out to like the monthly, but you can go out to the weekly time frame. You don't really need to go all the way out to the monthly. I just do it because the further I go out, the much more confirmation that I receive that I'm able to analyze, that shows that I'm in the proper direction of the way I want to be trading. So on my chart, you're going to just see a bunch of support and resistance lines. You're going to see the 200 period moving average. You're going to see the 36 period moving average right here. So the 200 period moving average gives me my overall trend direction. We know that the big trend is down, and the 36 moving average gives me my intermediate trend direction. Like, this is the trend that I follow. So although the big trend is down, you can see price is coming back into that 200 period moving average, and the 36 is letting me know the immediate trend direction, right? So for the British pound USD, when I look at it from a monthly standpoint, I see that price opened up here. It traded down a little bit, created this wick, but now price looks to be trading higher than it opened than it closed for the month of May. So price closed here for the month of May. It opened up here in June. It traded down a little bit, created this wick. Now price is beginning to trend to the upside, and price is higher than it opened up because you have a bullish candle right here. Okay, so I know for the month of June so far we're going up. We're buying, or we're bullish for the month of June. If I go to my weekly time frame, I'm basically looking to confirm what I saw on the monthly time frame. So every candle on this time frame represents 1 week of price data, right? So this is this week, this is the week that just started, this is last week, the week before, so on and so forth. And you can see over the past, for this part of the year, since the beginning of the year actually, price has slowly been going up. The same thing that we saw on the monthly time frame. If I go back to the monthly, I can see for the past, so this is June, May, April, March, February, January. Price opened up here in January, came up, and then for the rest of the month so far in the year, it's been going up. You can see the same thing on the weekly time frame. Price opened up here in January, and it's been going up so far, right? So we know the overall trend is to the upside, right? The overall trend is to the upside on any immediate, okay? Remember, the bigger trend is to the downside, but what we see on the screen right now, what we're immediately trading, is a trend to the upside. Okay, so I know now that I'm looking for a buy position, a buy trade, because price is going up. So I go to the daily. Now I go to the daily. This is where I get my setup from, or my signal, I should say, my signal candle. Now let's backtrack. What do I know so far? I know that on the big trend, the monthly time frame, price is going up. I know on the weekly time frame, price is going up. Now, since I'm on the daily time frame, all of these candles are daily candles. So this is today, today, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. These are all what happened every single day. And this is where I get my trading signals from, okay? Now, what do I see here? I see that price is going up. It's been going up over the past 3 months, so to speak. For the past 3 months, prices have been going up. And so I'm looking for a buy setup, right? But here's the dilemma that I have trading this pair. Although I'm looking for a buy setup here, I also notice this right here is a weekly level of resistance. So price came up, pushed off, came up, pushed off, came up, pushed off. So I'm not too keen to take this buy trade because I know that price has a good chance to face a lot of resistance right here and may not go any higher than here if it's even going to make it back to this level, right? So I kind of have to wait on this pair. This pair can do a couple things. It could go up and break through this level right here, continue to the upside. That's when to get an idea if price is going to do that or not, we would use some fundamental data, right? Fundamental data, COT reporting. We will look at the dollar index, things like that, that'll give us an indication on what the price wants. What does this price want to do? I say the dollar index because this is the British pound USD. The British pound is the base price and the USD is the quote price. So it's saying that the British pound is trading against the US dollar, right? So I can look at the dollar index to see if the dollar index is strong or weak. And if it's weak, I know that this price may continue to the upside. If the USD is getting stronger, then this price may sell off because this USD will be stronger than the British pound. But that's another lesson in itself, right? But do I want to take this trade? Do I want to go long at this point? No, I do not. Because although I may get some push to the upside right here. Now, if I'm a day trader, I may want to get into this and get a quick trade because this is a big bullish candle right here. This shows there's a lot of buyers. There's buyers down here. And they don't want this price to go any lower, so they pushed it back up. So if I'm day trading, there's an opportunity that I might be able to squeeze out some pips to the upside, right? But we're swing trading, right? So we want large movements or big movements or sustainable trades, right? So we're going to hold off on here. What are we holding off for? Well, we want to see what price does here. We want to see if price is going to get through this level, and if price does get through this level, then we'll be more likely to take a trade. Once price breaks out of this level, maybe price will pull back a little bit here, right? Give us another signal candle to go long, and then we may be in this trade right here. Or let me show you guys another trick. Remember when I told you that it's an if-then process? If price does this, then we look for this, right? What if price breaks down and trade, and just doesn't follow through? Or what if price gets up here, comes back up here, and then just begins to trade lower, right? We never know what price is going to do, right? So if price begins to trade lower than this level, that is, so guys, this is a daily level of support. I know that because I can tell price bounced off this level here, it bounced off this level here, right? But if I go to my 4-hour time frame, I can also see that there's a daily support level here. Reason why I say this is a daily support level, let me move this little red dotted line out of the way. Sorry about the sirens in the background, guys. I live in the city, so nevertheless, this daily support level, and the reason why I know this is a daily support level because it's plotted on the 4-hour time frame. So on my 4-hour time frame, I have daily levels. One time frame above is the levels. So what if price gets in here, right, and it looks like it's going to reverse? Well, we can potentially take a trade to this level here. You always want to look for our levels, because guarantee you on the 1-hour time frame, this is going to be a 4-hour support level or resistance level. Now price is here. Look here, guys. It's not exact, but it's right here. This is the level right here. I just know this is the level right here. Price came down, so price may push up into this level, but this is the level right here. But back to the 4-hour. So if price goes up here, it gives us a signal that price wants to reverse and go short. We'll be looking to trade it down to this level here. This is our first exit point right off this level. Now, what if price breaks all the way down and begins to trade below this level? Let me move this gray box. What if price begins to trade below this level? This is where the if-then process comes in. if price trades below this level here, again, we would look for some sort of pullback, a signal candle to go long. To go short. I'm sorry, to go short. And where do we look for our exit? We'll go back to the daily time frame and we look for our next level of support. So we will look to exit that trade here at this level right here of support. And that is trading, guys. That's how we trade new level. That's trading 101, right? Now there are some different nuances to make this system, this trading system, what it is, where we use momentum indicators to confirm what price is doing, because we know that price is the best indicator. It's price. But we use our momentum indicators, we use our support and resistance levels, we use our moving averages, real simple system to confirm what we believe price wants to do. Because the more confirmation you got, the more strongly you believe in your trade, and the more conviction you have into taking that trade. But that is how I look for trades, and I just do the same thing to different pairs. So for instance, what was that? The pound USD. Let's look at another pair. Let's look at not a pound pair. Let's look at let's grab the Euro AUD. How about that? We'll grab that. Right? I'm just randomly picking pairs, but it's the same process, guys. I will go to the monthly first. Okay, so on the monthly, price came up. Strong rejection right here. Strong rejection right there. I'm gonna put a line there because price pushed off right there. We're really strong. Price came down. Now it's moving for this month of June. It's pushing back to the upside. On the weekly, we want to see the same. I put that line right on it. Because look, I can't even see the line anymore. Can't even see my resistance level that I put in. Let me push this off just a little bit so I can be able to see it. So if I go to the weekly, there it is. It was so good on this level, it was hiding like that. Nevertheless, if I go to the weekly, price came up, pushed down. So so here's what I'm saying, guys. It reversed and went right to this monthly support level. Now it's pushing back up. So what can we expect? We can expect price to go up and retest this level right here again. That's the expectation. So that's 600. That's 600 pips from where it is now, right? But what we want to recognize is that the weekly is showing us the same thing the monthly was showing us, and that is price is moving upward. Now let's look for a daily setup. Again, we're at a level of resistance. So what do we want to see? We want to see price push up, possibly give us some type of reversal. Now, a lot of times on the reversal on the daily time frame, it doesn't look like the reversal on the 4 hour or the 1 hour, where you may see different candles going in a downtrend. On the daily time frame, you may just get a spike. You may just get a spike candle like here. Like if you look at this candle here, right? This is a pullback, but you didn't really see the pullback because you just saw like two candles, two bullish candles. But if I put my line here, it's going to take me at the beginning of this day. And if I go to the 1 hour, you're going to see a sequence of candles. This is a little sidebar conversation, so to speak. Let me find that. Okay. So see, that pullback on that daily time frame just looks like a candle. But you can really notice the pullback on the 1 hour time frame because it's a sequence of candles. It looks like an actual pullback. But on that daily, you're not going to see all of that. So you have to spend time with your charts, training your eyes to see the candles on the different time frames, how it looks. I can almost look at a chart and tell you what time frame I'm on just by the size of the candles, how many candles it takes to get to a certain point. I can kind of tell you what time frame that I'm looking at without the time frame being shown. But back to what we were talking about. So we know we want to trade to the upside, but we want to look for a clear break of this level. So we want to close above this level. Close above this level, go up, pull back a little bit, give us some type of bounce off support, and boom, we want to take this trade once we get confirmation, not only using price, but using our indicators that we use to trade new level. But we want to get that confirmation, and we'll be ready to take the trade to see if price can move back up here. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. But overall, guys, that is how I look at my trading week to see what potential setups they are, and then I'll color code my charts to know if I'm going to come back and look at the chart on this day or whatever. That's a little inside strategy that I use, but nevertheless though, but that's how I'm looking at my charts. I combine the technicals with the technical. When I say technicals, I'm talking about price, right? I use price and my indicators separately. So when I talk about the technicals, I'm talking about price. It's kind of like naked trading, but price. And then I combine that with the indicators to confirm what I see in price. And then I will go ahead and use a little fundamental data to back up the technicals. So for instance, real quick. So if I believe that price wants to go up here and I get a nice setup, I get a nice pullback, breakout pullback. Before I go long on the Euro AUD, I'll go online and I'll look for some fundamental data to back up why that Euro is stronger than the AUD, than the Aussie dollar. Because I want the Euro to be stronger than the Aussie dollar. Because again, Euro is the base, Aussie is the quote. So the base is trading against the quote. I want that to be stronger. So I'll look for another reason fundamentally to take this trade. And once I get the setup I like, the signal I like, and the fundamentals match, that tells me that the Euro is stronger than the Aussie dollar, it's go time. Time to take a trade. I teach all this stuff in my one-on-one sessions. You can book a one-on-one session for the month of June. For the month of June, I'm doing 50% off my one-on-one sessions. But if you're interested, if you want to learn to trade the way I trade, or if you want to just see the charts a little bit differently, no matter what platform you're using, I still use MetaTrader 4. I'm an old school trader. But it doesn't matter the platform you're using. It's all the same stuff. But if you want to learn to trade the way I trade, if you want to for me to break down these charts for you, if you work a 9-to-5 and can't necessarily day trading, swing trading is a thing for you. I can give you this. Gives you what I do on the charts gives you peace of mind when it comes to trading the market. So that's all I gotta say. Learn and trade Forex, guys. Have a good day.